we'll need a golden age firing pin.
Hello, hello.
Shiro gave me a few
We've
ideas of where
finally
to go.
arrived
I laughed when I scanned the
On
coordinates.
Earth.
They're
on Earth.
awfully familiar.
Because of course. Where else do you
And
want
by-
to go?
By that I mean the final video.
It's here. We've done it. And we are someplace
It seems like
familiar.
yesterday we were racing the falls
Aside
to
from
get to
just,
that
you know,
busted
the
old ship.
Cosmodrome and Earth.
Now we just need one little piece of metal.
Remember this room?
Yes, vaguely.
This is where we got our ship.
I'm detecting traces of fuel leakage from an Arcadia jump ship.
Oh yeah,
Either
so
of
it
the
is.
fallen Archon, but there's no pin here. Let's get
So,
out into the open.
the mission we are currently engaged in is actually unlocking another exotic. And I saved this one for last. Like I said, last video, I saved this one for last specifically because of, well, it fits. It fits
Lore
real
friendly.
nice. You know, we started right around here, and by George, we're gonna finish around here.
But not George.
Well, I don't know. Maybe George was one of those fallen I just murdered.
That doesn't sound like a very
I really
fallen
did
name.
spend a long time searching.
What do you know?
I'll always remember our first day through.
Well, seeing that they're called the Fallen, I would presume they'd have names like Plummet and
Plummet?
Tumble.
And God damn it! I'm too tired for your shenanigans right now.
Here we go. There's a fallen captain nearby, and he's got a pin on it.
And everyone should say goodbye to Ghost Ghost.
Doesn't even know what he's got. That captain's
Now
using
you've
a
gone and
powerful
done it. Now I'm
strain of
sad.
signal. He'll be hard to take down.
Yeah, there's no Ghost Ghost in Destiny 2 whenever we get around to that.
No. Oh, hey. So, you know how I've been a Hammermancer for the last several videos?
Mm-hmm.
I am not a Hammermancer right now.
Please tell me you're Ugg. See, the way this series has to end.
No, sadly, I am not. But I am a Void subclass.
I recognize which Void subclass, so I knew all along it wasn't Ugg.
Yeah. Ugg is not this far along. All things told. I never
Damn.
did all that much farming with Ugg. Yeah, we're Night Stalker. We're gonna be shooting some bows at people. Shooting some arrows at people with bows.
I mean, maybe they shoot bows.
Well,
Maybe they're just arrow-shaped bows. We don't know. This is future space.
true. Well, no, it's future Earth. Space is elsewhere.
That's true.
So, our first task is to fucking murder this captain. He's a pain in the ass. He loves to run around.
Yeah, fallen captains, they love multiple things, especially, I guess, ones influenced by, Siva.
Mm-hmm.
They just teleport around and dash and dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, look, that sounds like a captain to me.
Yeah, that's... common thing in the army is you just see captains teleporting everywhere.
Yeah, So, I guess we should actually mention which exotic we're unlocking here. This is the quest to unlock the Kavastov, which is the jack of all trades, master of none auto rifle that I used several videos back.
Must have been pretty deep in the plague lands.
And it's also the first weapon you pick up in the game.
It is.
Which is why it would have been good if we were using UGG, I'm just saying.
I know. But like I said, I never did all that much grinding on UGG. So I had to make a second PSN account in order to start the LP with UGG because I had several characters already on my main account, which is this one.
Yes.
So
That's some herdy Siva virus.
oh yes, just walk right into it. Just infuse it within yourself.
He's
As you
definitely
do.
leaking mites. Let's follow the trail.
Ew, he's leaking.
It's leaking mites. Even worse.
Bleh.
I should say knights. I think you call them knights. Like nanites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, we no longer have need of actually going into the swarm, and yet I feel compelled to just walk and stand directly in the swarm.
It makes funny noises.
Whoops.
I would like it because oh god, I would like it because he could feel his soul being stripped away.
Even better, I respawned right into it.
This game loves its players.
I'm not really sure how I managed to trip that mine, but you know, whatever.
It was a Seaver mine. Smarter.
So, as usual, there's two options. Avoid or destroy. Judging from the effectiveness of my last avoidance, destruction seems more viable.
I think destruction is always the best option.
Usually, yeah. Especially if you're in like a fire team and you're the first one coming up to the mines, just destroy them. It's so much easier for everyone involved.
And he's right around here. Be careful.
Unless you feel like you know, punishing them.
Well, true. So hey,
Then just make your way through.
yeah. This is
There he is. And the servitors
this is
have him shielded.
the
Don't let
big
him get
giant
away.
dark area that we came across when we were running from the highway inside the wall. In case you hadn't realized, of course Siva tore out the entire goddamn thing, and so now this middle part is open. And yes, I died. So be it.
Didn't even notice the edit.
Oh, I'm sure not. But yeah, this quest is... I mean, while the exotic you unlock with it is not, like, good, I really like the quest. It's a good nostalgia trip.
I wonder if at some point the weapon was good. But by a year... Actually, no, it was released... I guess it was released at the beginning of Rise of Iron?
It was released with Rise of Iron, from what I can tell. So it was never all that great. It was already outclassed by most of the other stuff. But as like you can get this quest at just from the outset of Rise of Iron. So it's a really accessible exotic.
Right, and if you're like me, who has played through most of the story, I've just got to get a certain power level to do Rise of Iron, and you haven't had a single exotic drop, you can get an exotic for free, kind of.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I guess, supposed to be Bungie throwing its players a bone, saying, "Hey, you know, here's baby's first exotic. Go to town." Unfortunately, it's
At least if you picked it up late.
And unfortunately, it's just not the best showing of what an exotic is all about. I mean, yeah, it has like tons of perks, and you can customize it exactly how you want it. But it's just, like I said, it's just not that good compared to other weapons of that same sort of weapon class that you're trying to to mold it to. Yeah, we're still fighting this captain, by the way. It's the same fucker.
Good of them to heal him back up.
Yeah, he's still really freaking annoying. I like the quest. I do not like this fucking idiot. Cavis?
Carrots.
Yeah, carrots. To go with Lord Salad.
Exactly, that's why he has to be the strongest salad in the universe. So he has you destroy all his competitors like Carrot.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, not only is the guy we're actually supposed to kill annoying, so are literally all of his ads that he summons. And of course you have skiffs up above, both dropping more enemies on your head, as well as fucking grenades or depth charges or whatever.
Yeah, they like to do just drive-bys and shoot at you, which may or may not cause death. We don't know. Well, I think we know well, but I'm... maybe death, who knows.
They're easy to avoid, for the most part, unless you're, like, not paying attention, which happens sometimes.
Exactly, when you've got so many other things to worry about, I mean... sometimes you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Unless you're me, and, you know, you have basically a third eye. I always pay attention.
Right.
I
Especially
would
to
never
those,
do anything wrong.
especially with those explosive shanks and cursed thrall, right?
Yeah. Never been killed by one once. In fact, I've actually never died in Destiny or Destiny 2.
Never. Not once. This man has never heard Guardian down.
I have from my disappointing teammates.
So, as it turns out, aside from maybe, aside from maybe UG, I chose a really good subclass for this because tethers are good.
Tethers are very good.
That being said,
Oh,
Nova
hey,
Bomb
he's finally
would've
down.
Yeah. That being said, Nova Bomb would have probably done so much better.
Hatching in the iron
Yeah.
temple.
Considering he had a void shield and stuff like that.
Looks exceptional under my scan.
And hey,
Great work.
That's good to
there it
hear.
is. We found the firing
Got a
pin.
chance to use it too.
We did it. We got a bad exotic.
But
Good
we're not
job.
done yet. We're not done
We're
yet.
on it. Let's go introduce
Ooh,
them to
we're
an
not
old
done yet.
friend.
Nope.
I count myself lucky I decided to swing back through Russia when I did. If I'd gone south instead of north, it could have been years before we
Said
met.
nobody ever.
We did it though.
Well, at least Ghost didn't take a left turn at Albuquerque.
And now look at everything we've
He's
done.
really glad he cut back through Russia.
So, sadly, say goodbye for the last time to Zalo Supercell. Because, well, the game wants us to use it. It says as such, so we're going to use it.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure I've actually shown all of these off, but yeah. You can make it a scout rifle, you can make it a pulse rifle, or you can keep it as an auto rifle with a variable round per minute.
See, I like the idea behind it, but I can see why it's not as good as others.
Yeah, like, being an auto rifle stock weapon, it doesn't have nearly the same amount of impact as a scout rifle would have, and it doesn't have quite the recoil compensation as a pulse rifle would have.
Yeah, see, they probably should have made it so when you change between the different firing styles, it upped and lowered the stats accordingly,
Yeah,
but it kind of just keeps the stats the same, right?
pretty much, yeah. So it's like I said, it's a jack of all trades, master of none situation, and yeah, it is a really cool idea. I really enjoy the idea, and I really enjoy that they brought it back from like the first weapon you ever got to, hey, this could potentially have been really good, but it's not.
If only you hadn't have dismantled it, you idiot. But no, the right choice is always dismantle it.
So, one other small little nitpicky gripe I have with it is I don't like the sight that it comes with. I don't like that red dot in particular. Or I guess it's a holographic sight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that, at least in Destiny 1, most of the time changing the scopes doesn't really have much of an effect on the stats of the weapon, so it's down to personal preference of what you like. But in Destiny 2 they kind of, you know, made it so they had stats tied to it, so you can't really go, oh, I prefer the look of this scope, because then you might objectively get a worse gun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's no iron sights, and I do enjoy, in an FPS, using a good iron sight, but that's just, you know,
That being
it's
said,
future space weapons.
that being said, we were just using Zala Supercell, which has amazing iron sights, by the way.
Which is surprising, because generally what I've found is that guns in Destiny don't have iron sights. They
Yeah.
mostly have scopes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zala Supercell is the one and only I've ever encountered that has had like iron sights, or like in terms of like sidearms and hand cannons, you get the like a kind of like pop up sort of iron sight,
Yeah.
which those aren't bad. I really like those too, but not the Kavastov, the Zala Supercell is the only one with actual like iron sights, which it's a good thing. They're actually really good too. So here we are, our
Just
very
chat with
last
the ghost.
our very last input for this mission before completion.
Every ghost is born knowing that we have to find our guardian. We don't know what they look like. Not on the outside.
See, the Kalistov probably could have had an iron sight,
I'd
and then
always
each
known who you
time
were.
you change it to a pulse
And that
rifle
together,
or a
we could
scout
do
rifle, it
something
changes the scope on it.
When you
That
think
would've been-
about
that would be
everything
interesting.
we've seen,
Yeah.
everything we've done, I feel
Call
like
me, Bungie. I have
made the
ideas.
right choice. We should let Shiro know how.
So,
it
yeah.
went here. Let him admire
This
his
is the
head.
real reason I chose this as the end.
Thanks. You know, for being my guardian.
It's a nice little retrospective, ending off with a nice little chat with our ghost, admiring the frozen over hellscape of the Cosmodrome.
As you do.
But that's
Is
it.
that a shank?
No, that's just one of those random floating things that I don't like for whatever reason. But that's it.
Ah,
That's Destiny 1, guys.
it's the end.
It's,
It didn't take 6 years.
no, it only took 4. But it's finally over.
Go team!
So I kind of did a bit of a thank you at the end of the base game, but I do definitely want to go back and thank everyone again for sticking with us. This has been a journey in several meanings of the word. 4 years, like I said, 66 videos in the main line alone. There's more. It's probably closer to 75 or so in total. And I can't believe it's fucking over.
Either can I can have my life back again.
Oh,
Wow. My
that's,
life?
that's optimistic, isn't it? I tell you what, you can have it back for a month or two, because then we get to the sequel. We've been talking about it since it came out, but Destiny 2. It's no secret. It's happening. So, we'll see you all there.
Oh, Lord. It's happening. See you guys on the battlefield.